Thank you very much. Let's cut to the chase. Books are 2180. I'll be sitting right over there. So anyway, I feel like I need to have a public apology here for the downgrade in this year's event with me not being Bruce Pearl. You don't know how hard it is when you got to be Bruce Pearl's replacement and everyone's like, oh, Bruce isn't coming? Oh, all right, Dave. Okay. That'll work. Anyway, nevertheless, it continues my tour of what the coaches are calling the shameless self-promotion tour, in which I'll be happy to talk to your son as long as you're handing me $20. But, nevertheless, that's where I stand. I'm off scholarship trying to make a buck. I gotta tell you, it's just such an honor for me. This is one of the best honors I've ever had at Tennessee, is to share the stage with these people here. It really hit home to me when I was looking through the program and you're looking at all these unbelievable people that have achieved so much, and then you got me in the back of that. That was just such a thrill for me, and especially Coach Fulmer and Coach Summit. And what they've done was how far they raised the bar of excellence and winning at the University of Tennessee. And for the first 2 years of my career at Tennessee, I got to tell you, it was terrible because the bar was raised so high, and they were proven champions. And really, we just didn't fit in. I wanted to fit in. I was walking on campus with my Tennessee basketball t-shirt, but I didn't have the same pride that the Lady Vols did and the football team did. And without them, we would have never had Bruce Pearl come in, because there wouldn't have been that standard that was raised and the commitment to what we have to do, because we all want to be winners. And a lot of times people ask me, you know, did you ever think that Knoxville or the UT fans could ever really come in and embrace a UT men's basketball team? I said, yeah, but we just had to give them something to cheer about. The Tennessee fans are the most loyal, passionate, energetic fans you could ever come across. We just got to give them something to cheer about, and we weren't doing that. So when they asked me, you know, do you think it could happen so fast? Maybe not so fast, but I always knew that the UT faithful would come through for us, and that's exactly what you did. And when you look at it, I mean, we're on the bubble of the NCAA tournament if it's not for UT. We didn't have a great road record, but every time we came home, we were able to get that energy back. We were 17-0 at home, broke a record at Thompson Bowling Arena. And to be honest with you, you might as well say 20-0, because we had 3 wins down the street over at the Gaylord Center, in which I think a number of you were at for the preseason IT and the Oklahoma State one. And so that right there created a home environment for us in which we're at a neutral site. But I'll tell you one thing, I don't think Oklahoma State claimed it was neutral at all. So, and the one thing that people always ask me as well is, what has Pearl done? Well, the one thing is he instilled confidence in us, in which we were all underachieving at the time. Every single one of us had been brought to the SEC to play for a reason, but we weren't reaching our expectations. We weren't having fun playing the game, which is the main thing. And he came in and instilled that confidence that we had as high school players, but then also he would expose your strengths and hide your weaknesses. He's not going to do anything that you're not great at. He's going to make you look like the best player in the world, and actually you end up overachieving under him. And the one thing that he always did, and one thing we preached, was deserved victory. And that hit home for me the most, is that every time I took that court and I looked over at the opponent, I felt like I deserved to win more than he did because of our preparation. And when I looked at that opposing coaching staff, I knew that our staff had prepared more than them, and there was no way or no reason that we didn't deserve to win this game, which makes it feel a lot better. Losing is always tough, but when you know that everyone inside the locker room has given the appropriate amount of effort and time into preparing for that game, it makes you feel like whatever was meant to be is meant to be. And it's too easy to say that winning cures all, because that obviously has helped a lot of things around the program. But you know, Bruce Pearl had 24,000 versus East Tennessee State before he'd even won a game at Tennessee. So he went out and promoted as well as he could, and he was working extremely hard, the same way he was his whole life with Southern Indiana. You would love to see this guy. He's having so much fun, because he always uses the line, you know, I've been poor my whole life. I'm really having fun being rich right now. And it's hilarious, because you go over there, and like they just got a pool put in, and he's like a little kid that he's diving in the pool, and they just got a boat. He's on the boat all day with the cell phone to call recruits and act like he's in the office. I'm just studying some tape here. Mike, you get off that jet ski. You know. Anyway, it's been great to see that, and he's had such an impact on my life. But you see how he's affected the players and what coaches can do to a young person's life. But I don't think people see beyond that enough when you talk about someone like myself, who has so many family members and friends that have followed my career all my life, and then see me at such an unhappy state. For someone to come in and just really provide so much glory to the game and the thing that I was missing, I mean, it affects so much more than me. My grandmother is the greatest Bruce Pearl fan in the world. She can't follow the game But I tell you, as long as her grandson's happy, she's happy. And you laugh at it, but I'm telling you, he's affected so many families and people that he's never even met. And that's the same thing these coaches do here. Obviously, Coach Pearl and I had an unbelievable relationship. And it's not just me, it's from me to all the walk-ons. And, you know, he was kind enough. And one thing he never does, he never asks anybody to do anything that he wouldn't do. If we're there at 6 a.m. for weights, he's there as well. If he, you know, is telling us to run sprints, it's something that he's done in the past, or he's right there with us. And obviously, you've seen him, you know, if he asks you to come cheer for the games, he's willing to paint his chest and all that. But the one thing he also did was, when he asked donors to donate money, he realized that he had to show that he could do it himself. And he was kind and generous enough to donate a $100,000 scholarship in my name for, you know, student athletes that exemplify the right thing. That's not me bragging. I'm bragging on him more than me, but I really thought it was, like I was saying before, what a generous and kind act it was. And someone who could, you know, I just thought the world of him for doing that. And for a long time I did, until I found out who the first recipient of the award he named. Walk-on Stephen Pearl. Well, what an incredible way to think there, you know. You got to pay for your kid to go to school anyway. Might as well not just look like you're making some huge, generous donation in some kid's name. Shed a few tears, act like you really mean it, and then your son's going to school for free, and you look good. So, yeah.